Like brunch. Like, what is brunch?
No, God!
Tell me, do you bleed?
No, God, please, no! No!
If I win, Bruce said something about you having to take us all to brunch?
No!
Justice League, the theatrical cut, was sort of directed by Zack Snyder and stars Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller, Jeremy Irons, many other people as well. And this sees the formation of the Justice League as they have to stop Steppenwolf from taking mother boxes, forming them together, destroy the world, you know, as the old saying goes of something, I don't fucking know. This is really fucking bad, guys. This is really bad. So I guess I should give context. So when I saw this was still in my time of when I hated BVS and thought it was bad. Back then I thought it was like really too dark, too grim, and just not a good movie. And so when I saw this, I was like, you know what? It's a nice change of pace. There's a lot more jokes, more humor. It's more lighthearted. It's not taking itself as seriously. I thought it was fine. Then I didn't think it was anything super or amazing or great, but I thought it was fine. But now, oh my God. It's quite terrible. Like, wow, it's really bad. So for those of you that somehow do not know, what this version of the film is a weird Frankenstein's monster of a movie. Back in 2017, the film was about to start undergoing reshoots. But then Zack Snyder's daughter had passed away, so he and his wife had decided to step away from the project altogether, so that way they can more with their family. And Warner Brothers decided that this was the opportunity to really take control of the film and really just mess with Snyder's vision as a whole, because they were not fans of how long it was, how dark it was. They wanted it to be like around 2 hours, a lot more lighthearted, a lot more fun, with a lot more jokes, you know, similar to how Marvel does their things. And so they brought in Joss Whedon, who made, you know, the Avengers and Age of Ultron, and because, like, you know, he did those really well, they thought that this would be, like, you know, a good fit. And on paper, it's a good fit, but the problem with that is that they wanted this out by their original November release date, which only gave them like a few months to not just rewrite the film, but reshoot the film, redo the effects, redo the music, just redo so much in such a short period of time. Like, this needed to be pushed back if they wanted it to have been like a good product or some kind of product that wasn't this. But because they wanted it at that November release date, oh, it shows. Boy, howdy does it show how rushed it is. Because, my God, it's not good. I'm willing to bet that if Joss Whedon had, like, you know, actual time, then maybe this could have been something. But he was given no time. It feels like that it was written in, like, 2 days. Like, all of the jokes completely fall flat. The action is boring. The effects are awful. The green screen especially is just terrible. Like, there's no any like scene of characters just talking. Most of it could be exposition about their past or something, and that's a lot of this movie. This movie's only 2 hours, but so much of it is exposition. It kind of drives me insane. So is there anything good in this? Well, aside from the cast, not really. Because of how much of a Frankenstein's monster this is, there's pieces from Snyder's version that we'll be seeing soon, combined with the reshot and rewritten scenes, and it forms this weird amalgamation that, like, tonally it makes no sense, stylely it makes no sense, and just, like, is there. And, like, I don't really know how to perceive it. Most people don't know how to perceive it. It's just kind of there, and we're supposed to kind of just accept it. Like, it's... God. That's really the best way I can describe it. Like, it's such a mess. Like, from beginning to end of just so many different things trying to be so many different things, but also try to be one thing that, like, how the hell did they assemble this together to give it a beginning, a middle, and an end? I guess that's a positive I can say. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. There is a story being told. Is it a good one? No. Are the characters? Yes. Are they well written? No. Is it bad? Yep. So it seems like that Warner Brothers really took a lot of the criticism that people had with BVS in terms of, like, its darkness and everything. So much so that Batman now makes jokes. I have a couple problems with this. First off, Batman can make jokes, but it has to be in the right format and with the right character. But taking the BVS Batman and turning him into a lighthearted Batman that cracks wise, it really doesn't fucking work.
You really are out of your mind.
I'm not the one who brought a pitchfork.
I knew you didn't bring me back because you like me.
I don't. Not. Yeah. Oh, something is definitely bleeding.
So whenever you see him make jokes or one-liners, it really throws you the fuck off. Because just like, what the fuck is happening? Why is he making these jokes? This doesn't make sense. You'll be saying that a lot when you see this movie. Or more so, don't see this movie. Dear God, don't see this movie. And that's the humor of this entire film. It's bad. It is deeply unfunny. Like, there are just running gags that are just... what the fuck is with Flash and Brunch? Like, was that supposed to be some kind of quirky thing? What was that? What was that? And just so many other pieces of dialogue and lines, just like, he had to have written this in like 2 days. There's no other explanation. Like, it's so poorly written. Good God.
This isn't the plan. No, Master Wayne. This is the team.
I believe in truth. But I'm also a big fan of justice.
My toes hurt. I don't even understand the physics of how my toes hurt.
One weird thing that I noticed was, like, there's moments of where, like, there's, like, bickering between the team, but it just kind of comes out of nowhere and doesn't really do anything to drive the plot or the characters themselves forward. So it's just kind of a baffle as to why it's there at all. I don't get it, and they're clearly reshot scenes. If you can notice, a lot of scenes are reshot either by how bad the green screen is or by how bad, like, the wigs are on so many characters. Like, Ezra Miller's wig, like, it is very noticeable. I'm willing to bet that it was because he had to shave his head for Fantastic Beasts 2, so he had to wear a wig, but, like, it's not good. And with Ben Affleck's wig, you can tell it somewhat. It really depends on the scene and the lighting. Just, God, I hate this so much. Steppenwolf in this, he looks fucking terrible. The redesign of him is awful. He looks like he's an unfinished PS3 video game character that got scrapped and thrown in the trash, and then someone went rooting around in their computer, saw this design and said, hey, maybe I can make a quick buck off of this by selling it to someone. And I guess Warner Brothers bought the design, but, like, good God, he looks terrible. Both in design and, like, finished model. Like, he looks unfinished. It's terrible. I hate it with a passion. And, like, his plan and motivation is just get some boxes together, put them together, the world is gonna end, or something like that. It is the most bare bones, basic, just boring villain motivation. I don't even know if he really has motivation besides, I want my mom's boxes to be put together. Yeah, he says mother and box. He has a weird fucking kinky thing with mothers and boxes, I guess. I don't fucking know. It's bad. It's like, you know, those bad Marvel villains like Ronan from, like, Guardians of the Galaxy. He's on those levels. Like, compared to, like, Man of Steel and BVS, when you have, like, clever and complex villains like Zod and Luthor, like, that have good plans with good motivations, and then you have this shit that's just like, this is very clearly not Snyder, and I'm willing to bet that in the Snyder Cut, he'll be a much more developed villain than he is here, because here, like, what the fuck? And also, in line with Steppenwolf, there is literally no reason for them to have brought Superman back to take him on. They could kick Steppenwolf's ass with ease, and yet somehow they keep losing to him. So Superman has to be brought back to life for some reason? What? Like, from the trailers of the Snyder Cut, like, he already looks like a more formidable force, so it would make more sense to bring him alive against this than against this. What the fuck? I don't really know what else to say about this movie. And it's so weird to review this, because it really isn't a movie. It is a product assembled by a corporation to try to cash in on, like, what's popular at the time. And what was popular at the time was the MCU and the Avengers movies. They wanted their team-up movie to be like that. And so rather than give it the time that it should have needed to develop into something good, they decided to tear apart a director's original vision to form whatever their own vision was, I guess, and force it out into the public by a certain time period so that way, like, they can maximize profit or something. And it really fucking shows just, like, how, like, bare bones, basic, average, corporate, like, just, like, checking off the boxes on a list. Like, it is bad. It is really fucking bad. Like, there are bad superheroes movies out there. This is one of them. Like, Venom, like, I love to make fun of Venom, but, like, it is a way better put together movie than this is. Like, at least there, it's both purposefully and not purposefully funny. Here, this is just boringly bad in every possible way. From the action, to the jokes, to the writing, just to everything. It is bad. I feel bad for the cast and everyone that was involved with this and the shit that they went through with it. And, like, I feel really fucking bad for them and that this was the product that got turned out. God, this is really fucking bad. I'm going to give Justice League Theatrical Cut a 2 out of 10. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked hard. And now I'm actually really looking forward to the Snyder Cut because even if it somehow isn't good, it's nowhere going to be anywhere near as bad as this was. There's no scientific formula that could, like, allow the Snyder Cut to be as bad as this. Because, good lord, this is bad. And I feel sorry that Zack even has his name attached to this just because, like, of some technicality or something that he has to have his name attached to it. Because this is not a Zack Snyder film at all in the slightest on so many different levels. So that was my review of the fun and exciting and funny Justice League Theatrical Cut. What did you think? Did you love it as much as I did? Do you want to see more of these kinds of movies from Warner Brothers? Let me know that in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And I will see you all next time.